Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scaretofo here bringing you another Minecraft Star Wars vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and building the Naboo N-1 Starfighter. The N-1 Starfighter, or more simply, the N-1 was a single-seat patrol craft developed by the Theed Palace Space Vessel Engineering Corps and used by the Royal Naboo Security Forces for duties such as defense, patrol, and escorting. It's most famous for its appearance in the first Star Wars movie, Phantom Menace, in which it was piloted by young Anakin Skywalker as well as other Naboo pilots to take out a Trade Federation ship and overall just kind of end the blockade and defeat the droid army that they had on the planet. It's a really cool ship, and honestly, this is one of my personal favorite ships of Star Wars. I think it's just such a sleek design and just an aircraft, or just a ship in general. I would probably give anything to be able to have one. It's overall really cool, and I love the way it came out. And all that. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it before we go and jump into the build. Pretty straightforward build here. We obviously have it in its iconic Naboo color scheme with the yellow and kind of chrome. So up here in the front, you have the main body here, the main fuselage, which extends back. You got the cockpit, the spot there for the astromech, and then it has the tail here. And then we have the wings themselves, which look pretty cool, pretty thin, kind of razor sharp wings that lead into the engines, which are located on both sides. Overall, really nice looking build. I really do love it, and I think that the shape and design of it, the sleekness, all really just kind of came together really, really well for this build. I'm planning on hopefully doing a version for the Mandalorian here pretty soon, so if you're interested in that, be sure to keep an eye out, as I will definitely be working on trying to get one of those out, because I think the Mandalorian kind of modified version of the N1 is just peak N1 right there. So keep an eye out for that, but with that, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and getting us started here, we will be going ahead and starting off with layer 2 here of the build. Now, if you're completely new to my tutorials, the way I like to structure these aircraft or just larger vehicles in general is I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means is I'm going to show you guys how to build the center line of the build, and then I'm going to show you guys how to build the right side. It'll be up to you guys to take the right side and copy it over to the left side, and you'll basically have your build done. Just kind of saves me time from having to record both sides, as it's basically the same on, it is the same on both sides. So overall should be pretty straightforward. Now, to go ahead and get started here, we will be going ahead and start with layer 2. Now, we're starting with layer 2 because we get a better basis of the aircraft established, so it's kind of a better place to start from. If you do want to have this aircraft landed, you're more than welcome to. Just the Naboo Starfighter is kind of interesting. It doesn't have landing gear, it actually hovers. So if you're doing that, you would want to build layer 2 one block up from the ground level. So let's imagine here this is our ground, and you have one block of space between your ground and the bottom of the aircraft. If you're building this flying, then obviously don't worry about it. You can build it however you want. To get started with this build, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of polished andesite. This is going to go down the center of the build for a total of 10 blocks. We're going to go ahead and place down a polished andesite upside down stair. That's going to be there in the front like that. Then after that row of polished andesite, on the other end, we're going to place down an upside down piston. If you are on Java and don't have on Java, you'll place down a piston. If you are on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, instead of the piston here, you would place down a polished andesite upside down stair as an alternative. But again, for my Java players, go ahead and place down a piston. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 polished andesite top slabs and then 2 iron trap doors, and that is going to make your center line there of the aircraft. Everything we build off the center line now to the right side will be copied over to the left side. To begin with, we're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off this polished andesite stair. We're going to go ahead and place down a second polished andesite upside down stair going back from that. We're going to take our polished andesite full blocks. We're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And then we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 yellow concrete blocks, followed by a birchwood stair and a skeleton skull that's going to come off this piston or this upside down stair, whichever you placed. Continuing our way out to the side, we're going to place down a birchwood sign coming off the side of this yellow concrete block here, as well as a skeleton skull going forward from that. We're going to place down another birchwood stair, followed by 2 polished andesite stairs, and then we're going to go ahead and place down 2 polished andesite slabs. We then want to place down an iron trap door right here, and then coming off this iron trap door, we're going to place down a second one, and then a third one that goes back like that, so you have an L shape. We'll then take our birchwood trapdoors, and we're going to place down 1 and 2 trapdoors back from that. Coming off this iron trapdoor here, we're going to place down 1 more to the side, as well as 1 more iron trapdoor back, and then another birchwood trapdoor back like so. At this point in time, we then want to go ahead and grab our andesite walls, and we're going to place down 2 andesite walls here and a sandstone wall like this next to that trapdoor. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and then grab our polished andesite, and behind the walls, or to the side of the walls, we're going to place down 2 polished andesite and a yellow concrete block back. Then we're going to go forward 2 more polished andesite blocks. And at this point, we're going to go and grab ourselves light gray stained glass pane. So we're going to place down a light gray stained glass pane here, and then an iron trap door. Now, if you are on Java, we can go ahead and use a tool called the debug stick. This can be obtained by typing the command /give @p Minecraft:/debug_stick. So this command right here, press and enter will give you this glowing stick. We can left click this iron trap door till we get selected open, and we're going to go ahead and right click this and set this to false, or sorry, set this to true, so it lays flat against the side there. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Now, an alternative to this, if you do not have access to a debug stick and you're on a different version, is to either not place down a trapdoor there at all, or to place down a birchwood trapdoor and close it manually. Those are some options there for you. Then we're going to place down an andesite wall going forward, and then coming off the andesite wall, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. On both sides of that andesite wall, we also want to go ahead and grab a birchwood sign, and we're going to place down a birchwood sign on the sides of those walls, or on the side of the wall as well. Then going ahead and going back from this, we're going to place down a black concrete block here, and we then want to go ahead and place down a yellow stained glass pane to both sides of that block. We'll then take our debug stick here, and we can go ahead and extend the glass pane going back like so for my Java players. So you might take some messing around with this, but we're going to go ahead and left click till we get our selected direction, and we're just going to go ahead and right click it and extend it back. For me, it was north, but for you, it may be different depending on your orientation of the aircraft. You can also do the same thing for these glass panes up here and extend these going forward. However, again, if you are not on Java, then you'll just leave the glass panes as they were. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a sandstone wall going back like that. And then we want to go ahead and grab ourselves a birchwood fence gate. Place down a birchwood fence gate, and then we're going to place down 2 end rods going back like that to go ahead and make your engines. With that all done though, that is going to wrap up everything we have there for layer 2. One thing you can also do is, if you want to, you can go ahead and actually replace the middle blocks right here. This can be your cockpit space, but for us, we're going to go ahead and just take our black concrete and fill that in like so. Anyways though, with that all done there, that is going to wrap up what we have here for this layer. This is what it looks like from the top down view. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving on to our next layer, which will be layer number 1. Moving into our next layer, we have layer 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go and go to the bottom of the aircraft on our center line. We're going to go and go after the polished andesite upside down stair, that first polished andesite block. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor underneath it, followed by a second one back. We then want to place down 2 polished andesite top slabs. Then we're going to place down 3 pistons that are going to be upside down for my Java players. Again, if you're not on Java, instead of the pistons, I'd recommend placing down either full blocks, but I think honestly best is going to be 3 polished andesite top slabs. After those blocks there, we're going to go and place down 2 polished andesite top slabs here, and then an iron trapdoor that's going to bring us to the end here. We're going to then place down an iron trapdoor on the side of that stair there, and then we're going to go and place down, or on the bottom of the stair, and then we're going to place down 2 more going forward. We're going to then place down 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite top slabs, and then we're going to place down 1 and 2 iron trapdoors going forward from that to go ahead and start forming our underside there of the fuselage. Now for the engines here, it's going to be slightly different. We're going to go ahead and go to the bottom of this first polished andesite block. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor. We're going to go and then take your polished andesite and go back 1, 2, 3. Top slabs back, and then we're going to go and place down 2 birchwood top slabs after that to go ahead and finish off the engines there. And that right there is all you need to do for layer 1. Pretty simple stuff. You'll take the same thing, copy it over to the other side, and you'll be pretty much good to go. For my Java players, just so we don't forget, these pistons on the bottom here, we can take our debug stick. We can left click these till we get selected extended false. We'll then right click these, set these to true, and we'll get rid of that wood portion. And it just really helps us with the shaping there from the bottom of the fuselage. Anyways though, that right there is going to wrap up everything we have for layer 1, and with that, let's move on to layer 3. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor on top of that stair in the front. We're going to go ahead and then follow that up with a daylight detector, and we want to make sure we turn this to that night mode, so it should be that blue color there. We're going to go ahead and then place down 2 polished andesite slabs, then 3 birchwood slabs, then 3 black stained glass blocks, and then we're going to place down a row of yellow concrete all the way down the center here. For a total of 6 blocks, so it should end on top of this last iron trapdoor here. Then we're going to place down 1 and 2 of these sandstone walls, and then 1 and 2 birchwood fence gates, and then 2 end rods like that. Now you do get this weird thing with the fence gates here where they kind of get messed up. If you're on Java, we can use a debug stick here. We can actually go ahead and left click till we get selected in wall false. We'll right click this, set it to true, and it'll actually line these all together. If you are not on Java, I'd recommend probably just swapping out this fence gate here for another end rod, just to make everything look a little bit more kind of flush instead of having that weird transition there. Anyways though, after that is done there, we're going to go ahead and then place down a iron trapdoor to the side of this daylight detector, then a narrow daylight detector, turn that to night mode. We're going to go ahead and then place down a wither skeleton skull here, and then 1, 2, 3 daylight detectors back. We're going to leave those on the day mode. We then want to take our black stained glass panes. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3 black stained glass panes, and then we're going to place down 1 and 2 yellow stained glass panes, followed by 1, 2 birchwood trapdoors, which will close and flat against the side of the aircraft. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a iron trapdoor that's going to go on top of here, and then we're going to place down 2 more birchwood trapdoors, and then we just want to place down a yellow carpet right here. We're going to go then place down 2 more iron trapdoors again here, another birchwood trapdoor, and another yellow carpet. And then this time 2 iron trapdoors and a yellow carpet, and then 2 iron trapdoors on top of those 2 andesite walls, and a yellow carpet on top of that wall. After we have that all finished there, we then want to go ahead and place down a iron trapdoor on top of this block. Daylight detector, we'll turn that to the night mode, that blue color there. 2 polished andesite slabs and 2 birchwood slabs back like that to go ahead and complete our engines. And with that all done, that's going to wrap up everything we have there for layer 3. I believe at this point we really only have layer 4 left on the build. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to our last final layer. Moving into our last final layer, we have layer 4. This layer is pretty simple, so we'll go ahead and do it all together. To go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a daylight detector that's going to sit on top of this black stained glass block. We're going to turn that to the night mode, and then an air brick slab directly behind it to form our cockpit canopy. We're going to go ahead and place down a birchwood stair here, then a second stair facing it, so you have something that looks like that, and we're going to place down yellow banners on the sides here of those stairs. After that's all complete, we want to go ahead and then place down a piston right here. Instead of a piston, you can place down a birchwood stair like this as an alternative, but for us on Java, we'll place down a piston like so. And again, we're going to place down a yellow banner on both sides of it, so whatever you place down those yellow banners. We'll then place down a birchwood slab here, and then a birchwood trapdoor going back like that to go ahead and finish off what we have there. And the last thing to do here is for my Java players to go ahead and go to your remaining pistons and just to go ahead and left click them again to get extended, select extended false, right click it, get rid of that wood portion, same thing on the bottom there. And once you have that all complete there, that's going to wrap up layer 4, and with that my tutorial here for the Naboo N-1 Starfighter. Overall, really cool build. I'm really excited to actually build it. This is my first time actually making one of these in Minecraft, so pretty cool. But this is one of my favorite ships from Star Wars, and I'm happy to make it as a tutorial for all you to build in your worlds as well. Anyways though, thank you guys again so much for watching this video. If you guys do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be linked from a sign on the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use whatever project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I will see you guys next time.